everybody, to Pop Goes the Show Live.
And I'm a butthole. I'm Adam.
And I'm Slacker Steve.
That's funny.
So,
speaking of buttholes,
we managed to survive the polar vortex.
But you see how those went in together like that? That's comedic timing at its finest. I'm gonna start calling my ass the polar vortex now.
you got to get like a tramp stamp, like right on your back that says right over it, the polar vortex, like curved, like right over it.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, well, all right. So we have a lot to talk about today, but it's like two subjects.
Yeah.
So,
but it's all rock and roll.
Yeah,
that's what we do here.
You might have kind of a hint what it's about.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet.
You haven't figured it out? Yeah, no. I don't tell him before we start broadcasting.
No.
So
it's just like I get here and we go, this is what we're doing live in front. Hold on. Let's see. Can you see us now? Because we got viewers apparently.
We have viewers?
Yeah, we got one. Maybe. She says she doesn't see anything.
Well, it's going.
It's going.
Yeah, I can.
Can you? How about now?
I can see it on YouTube.
Hey. Okay. Well, I don't know. Thanks. Thank you. It's not helpful at all.
Well, all right. So let's dive into the first subject. So you know the band AC/DC, right?
I'm not familiar with them.
You're not familiar with AC/DC?
No.
Okay, so they're kind of this like little unknown rock and roll band from Australia, the Down Under, right? And they got a Scottish singer. Wrote a couple songs. One of them was a big hit. Something about a highway. You might have.
Oh, is that from Top Gun? Highway to the danger zone. Is that the dude you're thinking of? The Scottish dude that they got to sing for him was Kenny Loggins, dude.
Ah, that's right. Well, it wasn't actually, and that's what the subject of the first article is. Brian Johnson, the longtime singer of AC/DC, not the original one, not even the original one, because there was one before Bon Scott, but the one that's been in the longest and the one that was the most current and the one that was on a lot of the songs that we all love and enjoy today.
Oh, AC/DC. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. He got it. He finally got it.
It took a minute.
All right. So for a while, AC/DC's been fronted by somebody else.
Yeah.
Good old Axl Rose.
Which he actually did a better job fronting that, I think, than he did of Guns N' Roses. His voice is closer to Brian Johnson now than it is Axl Rose then.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at how much... I've listened to a couple live clips, but I thought he did a pretty good job. I mean, I like Guns N' Roses a lot, so, it was already one of those things where I was like, oh, this transfers over pretty easily.
Oh, yeah. I liked it. I liked it better than the Guns N' Roses comeback. Welcome to the bakery and we got cakes and pies.
Oh, well, so there's been rumors that Brian Johnson and Phil Rudd are back in the band.
Well, they were spotted in Toronto.
Yeah.
All the members of the band were spotted near the recording studio where they recorded Black Ice, all within like a couple days of each other. And it's like, no, come on. Like one of them maybe is, it's
just hanging out.
Maybe helping somebody else out on a track or something.
Yeah. But both of them?
Well, and like I knew this was coming probably a year ago because I'm not sure if we have the story anywhere. I'm sure you could probably, we're on the internet. You could find it. Basically, Brian Johnson stopped because he was going deaf.
Lean into the camera. Or not the camera, lean into the microphone.
Talk into the microphone. Is that better?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I can't hear what they hear, so I'm just assuming. But anyway, continue.
So like a year ago, Brian Johnson stopped singing with AC/DC because he went deaf.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's a doctor that's like a huge AC/DC fan, so he basically, I don't know what did some stuff and some things, and
he went scrubbingly babbly doo, and now he can hear again.
yes.
I totally stole that from Patton Oswalt.
Oh, that's great. I thought you were doing a Cosby.
Well, apparently Brian Johnson has confirmed that he will be appearing on AC/DC's upcoming studio album.
What if he's just on the cover though? Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Technically the truth. That's technically the truth.
He's like, it's just him handing over the reins to the new guy. Like, so he's like on it, but like he's literally on it. It's just his face.
I mean,
they call it Big Johnson.
I mean, would you want an Axl Rose AC/DC album? I mean, I'd listen to it. I'd give it a fair shake.
I'd give it about as much of a shake as I've given any of AC/DC's last handful of albums, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, I give it a shot. Like, why not?
Well, I mean, everything's so easy to stream these days anyway. Why not? Yeah. Well, he's not going to be there. I guess on January 28th, drummer Pete Sandoval, Pete Sandoval, went to the Facebook page of his new grindcore trio, Terrorizer, and wrote, "We ran into Brian Johnson from AC/DC at the airport today after the flight home. And we asked him about the rumors of him being on the new AC/DC album, and he said yes, and that he is sick of denying it." And he said that was a cool surprise ending to the tour. So, I think that either pretty much confirms it, or there's a bunch of like pissed off AC/DC managers right now. You took a snack at way the wrong time.
What? No. Wait. This is good because we haven't done this in a while, right?
You
guys get to enjoy this with me.
Oh, gross. No.
It's
no.
almond butter.
I can hear you. Ah.
There's people that like this. We'll get views.
Are you a ASMR person?
Yes.
Stop.
It's almond butter, but it's maple flavored.
It's gross.
And it's a little
Stop.
That's what happens when I take snack time here.
What the fuck was the last thing I said?
So either there's going to be some pissed off AC/DC managers. Or
That's right. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, that's what I was going to say. See, yeah. In the music business or in any business like that, you know, I mean, in the entertainment business, right?
Uh-huh.
Artists say things to other artists or whatever, kind of behind the veil type shit where you're, you know, it's like a colleague at work, basically. I think if this is true and this is how it's discovered, fuck those guys. Like, that's a bullshit move. He recognized you as a fellow, like, you know, like you guys work together, basically. You get what I'm saying? And you took some shit that another famous musician said to you in passing, and you took that and threw that out to the world. Like, hey, guess what? Like, I'm sure he didn't tell you that. You're not TMZ. I'm sure he didn't tell you that so you could break the story. I don't think that should have come from you. Cool story to tell your bandmates, but
let me put it in another way. They it's not like they met him on tour. Like, AC/DC's not playing with Terrorizer.
No.
They met him at the airport, so it's possible he just thought he was just some random fan and just said, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely on the new AC/DC album. Anyway, see ya." So if that's the case, like, maybe he wanted the news to be broken, or maybe you know, it's like the first step towards getting it, that he's back out there. Because honestly, this speculation is like doing a lot of good for them because it's getting people to like talk about it. So if they give people like little tiny bits of things, it makes them go, "Oh, is he on the AC/DC album? Is he not? I don't know." But like, if they just flat out announced it a couple months ago, we probably would have already forgot about it at this point.
Fair enough.
So maybe, you know, maybe he wanted that to happen, and you know, maybe the managers are cool with that. I mean, AC/DC's been around for a long time, so I think they kind of know what they're doing.
That's true. Or maybe, you know, everybody's just an asshole in this situation. Like, his management is calling him going, dude, seriously, what the fuck did you just do? Like you know we got Axl Rose on deck, right? I mean, like, don't fuck around, man. Seriously, you can't be doing that. Be telling people that. Or Angus called him and was like, what the fuck? Swim with you on the album.
Why does
He's
he
like,
have
as of right now.
why does he have an English accent? He's from
It's Australian, whatever. It's same difference.
oh.
I'll throw in shrimp on the bobby and then
You know, it's a good thing that we don't have any people watching, because if somebody from England was watching right now, they'd probably like want to do fisticuffs with you.
well, they sent all their criminals there, right? I mean, that's how it. I'm not saying everybody in Australia is criminals now. No, that's not what I'm saying. But at one time, I'm pretty sure they were like the same thing. So they can't say that it's not similar. I just wiped out Europe and Australia. Nobody's going to listen to us over there. Adam takes on Australia on the next episode of Pop Goes the Show Live.
You know, we should. I should set up a Facebook ad and specifically target people from England and Australia, and just hopefully like they'll see it and be like wanka and like leave a dislike, and I'll go, haha, that's still engagement.
Wanka. I should have done that chewing voice in an English accent.
How would that sound?
It's chewy.
So gross.
It's so
Stop. See, there was one person watching and now there's 0 people watching. It's all your fault.
I am the anti-view.
Well, all right. So Brian Johnson, Paul Rudd back in AC/DC. Kind of surprised they went with Paul Rudd since he, tried to murder a guy.
Phil Rudd?
That's what I said.
Paul, you said Paul Rudd.
I said Phil.
No, you said Paul Rudd like twice. I didn't know that dude could play drums. That's awesome. That's why I
Oh, yeah. He can play drums. He was playing drums in Ant-Man, remember? He was just learning.
Oh, that's right.
But then it was the giant ant, so maybe the new giant ant's playing for.
Was that in the second one? Was that Ant-Man and Wasp?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet, so.
Oh, sorry. I spoiled it.
I'm going to watch it tonight, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I ruined anything for you.
No, now I kind of want to see it. It's something about giant ants playing drums or an ant band or some shit. I'm down. Yeah, I am hooked.
Well, all right. So, Phil Rudd back in AC/DC. Kind of surprised because,
It's Paul Rudd's dad, dude.
he tried to murder a guy.
Yeah. That's that AC/DC. You can't tell me AC/DC. They should officially, they're a rock band, but they should officially be a metal band now. Like, because their fucking drummer, like, that dude's hardcore. Like,
Yeah, but he didn't succeed, so yeah.
but he was gonna do it. Like, he didn't succeed because he didn't want to, because he didn't apply himself.
He didn't shoot to thrill.
He just shook him all night long.
Okay, moving on. So, you know why I have all of these albums in front of us tonight?
So you can hide what's going on at the very front of the table.
Yeah, so I can hide all our messy chords and
Yes.
all that. But no, it's because there's a whole crap load of Kiss stories out there right now.
Boom.
Yeah. And
Sonic
so
boom.
we're gonna that's over there
That
somewhere.
one's over there somewhere.
I couldn't fit all of them onto frames, so
You know,
I'm
if
just
we're
like,
gonna
all right,
talk-
let's put the ones that people care about.
You know, if you're going to talk about the dynasty of Kiss, you're always going to unmask, some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Creature of the night.
Something that appears on the surface to be, hotter than hell, but it just ends up being, instead of a creature of the night, it ends up being, you just end up licking it up.
Well, fair enough.
I almost did it.
Well, I'm gonna blow up your video.
Well, that's fine. We salute you.
Well, all right. Let's actually talk about something now. So this morning I was just going through things to send to him that we could like go over to talk about. And it's just like kiss story after kiss
Yeah,
story.
I
after
sent
kiss
him
story.
one. He sent me a couple. I sent him one.
Yeah,
like,
so we got like 4 here, and they're all kind of interconnected together. So,
how about we do the Vinnie one first?
okay, well let's talk. Yeah, let's talk about Vinnie first.
Vinnie Vincent.
Here, he's on that lick it up right there. That's right off camera. Here, pick it up and put it in frame.
Pick it up. Oh yeah.
Here, let's. He's
Who's that old lady?
he's that one on the end.
Dude, is that his mom?
Hey, let's not make fun of the poor guy's appearance. He's had a hard life. All right. So Vinnie Vincent was announced some comeback shows. I guess he was going to play acoustic guitar.
Why?
Kind of tell his story in between the songs and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Good guy wanted to do it, I guess. But he doesn't want to do it anymore. So.
And nobody wants him to do it, as I understand it, is the general consensus.
He got like Carmine Appice. Carmine Vinnie Appice. I think it's Appice. Do you remember? I don't do names. Don't do names.
Appice? Appice? Appice.
Well, that guy.
Yeah.
Vanilla Fudge, Rod Stewart, Jeff Beck, blah, blah, blah. Legendary drummer. Along with Tony Franklin. He's played with David Gilmour, Jimmy Page, and The Firm. And so they were gonna do some concerts together, but I guess it's canceled now. Let's see what we got here. They just released a statement that said, "We want to thank everyone who worked so diligently and tried so hard to make these shows happen. A lot of really good people were involved and tried to make these shows a reality for the fans." And while we cannot discuss the terms of the contract due to a confidentiality clause within the contract, we are shocked at this development, and it is, unfortunately, beyond our control. The matter has been turned over to our attorney. As they say, it's now in the hands of the lawyers. In the meantime, every ticket and meet and greet order will be automatically refunded in full. Wow, people paid for a Vinnie Vincent meet and greet.
Wow.
I mean, look, nothing against the guy. I love that somebody wants to get back out there and express their art, whatnot. But I don't like meet and greet packages anyway. But did I not mute the freaking? I don't like meet and greet packages anyway. However, I mean, you kind of got to earn that, you know.
Well, the thing is, as Gene Simmons said, when he made the announcement he was going to do this to begin with, it's not going to happen because the guy's his own worst enemy.
Yeah, that's what he said here at the bottom. Yeah,
yeah, that's like a direct quote from Gene Simmons. Which hey, whether you like Vinny or you don't, it's historically that's probably one of the more truthful statements you've heard Gene Simmons made in a long time. That's not bullshit, him selling you Kiss, which is fine. I'm not saying that he's wrong for doing that. That's his job. That statement to me sounds like that's just not even opinion based. Historically speaking, Vinny, ow.
Did you pinch yourself?
My headphones hurt. Now I just look stupid. Ow. That hurt.
Oh.
Yeah, he said aw. Whatever.
Can Tim make it better?
This show's gonna go really, really bad with me and Tim in a minute.
Moving on. Anyway, so yeah. Vinnie Vincent, not gonna happen. Poor guy, probably has a lot of demons. So anyway, just to rub the isopropyl alcohol into the wound even more. Not salt.
Ooh.
Paul Stanley rules out Vinnie Vincent guest appearance during Kiss's farewell tour. Quote, "That's not someone who I want to celebrate."
Boom.
So Vinny's kind of gone off the deep end a few times and tried to sue Kiss about a bajillion times. And
Here's a fun noise. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm making sure so they can see us. Oh, okay. Yeah. You like that noise? That's how much slackers we are. That's how little research we do. Like, this shit looks fancy. I know this looks like, but it's like if we put our phone here. Wait, That's aiming my phone at me. I was like, I'm electric. But I was like, I don't think Kiss had an album name, so that doesn't work. Yeah, basically it's just pretty much goes right along with the first story of, I mean, there's just endless, how do I want to put that? Endless Vinnie like meltdowns.
Yeah, it's just he got involved with them again in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And sued him and all that stuff. So, I can understand why Paul Stanley is a little bitter. I mean, I don't really know if there's any like legitimacy to the lawsuits. Like, that's something that only they know. But I mean,
nothing legally or stage wise or musically like ever surprises me with Kiss anymore.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised to see like Gene Simmons sue himself at some point.
He probably has.
Gene Simmons sues own face. Sues tongue over failure to perform. Like, he went to go do the thing on stage and his tongue was like, nah, I'm not doing it tonight. And he's like, I sued him.
I will see you in court, sir.
Yeah.
He'll say it in like the 9 languages he knows. Well, so Vinnie Vincent not going to show up on any of the Kiss farewell stuff.
What if that's what Brian Johnson is doing?
Could be.
I don't know. They got it all backwards and shit.
Brian Johnson just shows up. He's like, what am I doing? I don't know how to play guitar. Like,
it's great. Brian Johnson, they introduced like the troll character. They got the demon. Now they got the troll. It's like, wait a minute, is this Gwar? No, it's not, because Gwar is awesome. And Gwar would never do anything that silly and ridiculous.
Yes.
Because
it would be an honor to scrub them.
Yes, scrubbingGwar.
Hashtag scrubbingGwar. Yeah, we totally worked that in naturally.
Yep, naturally.
Well, you know who else probably isn't going to be showing up on the Kiss farewell tour?
You and me.
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
we're not going to see that.
Gene Simmons, if you see us, like, we know how to play instruments. Like, we'll come out. We'll come do it.
Yeah, we can do it.
But I highly doubt like he's ever going to see.
We do a bitchin' version of God of Thunder. I promise you. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the guy upstairs and his band, they did a pretty killer version of that.
Yeah, they did.
Well, so Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, Gene Simmons said something along the lines of, they'll never be in Kiss again, but they're welcome to like come out on some of the stops and play a few songs with them. And he said something along the lines of, let's see here. Where's the Gene Simmons quote? Ace and Peter have gotten 3 chances. They were in and out of the band, fired 3 times for drugs, alcohol, bad behavior, being unprofessional. They weren't carrying their load. So the short answer to your question is we'd love to have Ace and Peter join us here and there. And if they don't, it's not going to be because of us, but they're never going to be in Kiss again. Ace, then he added, 3 times is the charm. I promise I'll pull out doesn't work. What? What does that mean?
That is the greatest thing you have ever said on this whole show.
Hold on, I gotta say this again. No, that's what it says right here. 3 times is the charm. I promise I'll pull out doesn't work.
And you said it again. You said it again. Oh.
Hey, Gene Simmons said it first. Well, anyway, it's The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Oh, I've been straight for a million years. Terrific. Have a good life. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway. So, you all right? You gonna be all right? I incapacitated him with a word.
No, it's the way you said it. 3rd time's a charm. I promise not to pull out doesn't work. And that's true. That's true. Don't ever take a promise like that. It's only going to get you into trouble.
Well, anyway, so that really pissed Ace Frehley off. He shot back with a whole bunch of statements. So let's find the first one here. Let me see if I can do it. No, I'm not going to try to do an Ace voice.
I don't even know what it sounds like. See, that sounds like Michael Jackson.
I've heard him. He sounds like he's like from New York or something.
Hey, you guys. Hey, it's Ace.
No, not,
how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
No, not quite. It's a little more high pitched.
Hey, y'all. How you doing? How you doing, guys? It's me. It's Ace Frehley.
Actually, that's pretty close. But anyway, he hit back with, Gene, your memory is really incorrect. I was never fired, caps, from KISS. I quit twice, not 3 times, of my own free will, because you and Paul are control freaks, untrustworthy, and too difficult to work with. Your slanderous remarks about my bad habits over the years has cost me millions of dollars, and now that I'm over 12 years sober, you're saying I can't be trusted to play a whole night show? Well, that's exactly what I've been doing for the last 12 years with different configurations of the Ace Frehley band, to you and Paul's dismay. I'm also the most successful solo artist to come out of the original KISS lineup, and proud of it. That's actually true. He's probably released the most solo albums out of all of them. True. And you and Paul have tried to derail my solo career multiple times over the years unsuccessfully. I've tried to be nice and friendly by inviting you and Paul to perform on my past albums for E1 Music, give each one of you guys one of my prized Gibson Les Paul 59 models, but today's comments have made me realize you're just an asshole and a sex addict who's being sued by multiple women, and you're just trying to sweep it all under the carpet. The icing on the cake was when you groped my wife and propositioned her in Los Angeles at the Capitol Records building behind my back. When I was trying to help you at one of your vault experiences, which I only found out about several weeks later. She was planning on pursuing a suit against you, but I told her to call it off. 3 exclamation points. Well, now the gloves are off after your terrible comments today, and I'm thinking that this really may be the end of the road tour for you guys. Without a complete and heartfelt apology, an offer to give me my old job back, and removing Tommy from the throne I created, the shit will hit the fan and there'll be no stopping it on. Ooh, all caps on that last one. So I
that's great.
Put everything I had into that one. So I think it's safe to say that Ace Frehley's a little pissed off.
Well, I would be too. I mean, considering like that actually directly ties into the next story. We could kind of talk about both of those in here, really, because how shitty they, if the story's true, how shitty they've actually been to this guy and how he might actually be right, like that. You know, not all that was entirely him, and if that story that one of his ex-girlfriends tells is true, I mean, he's probably right, but at the same time, why would you want to be back in that band then?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, like why would you? Why would you want to go back to a hostile work environment like that? Like, why literally sued you and threatened to expose all your skeletons in order to get back in the band? Like, dude, I mean, maybe it makes him kind of a piece of shit too, because if he's got all this, you know, if you got dirt on him and, you know, this, that, or the other, well, don't go. You just basically blackmailed him. Is what you did.
Yeah.
You just basically blackmailed him in that statement. Give me what I want or else. Especially if it's about him, like doing things, band members doing things to people they shouldn't have, whatnot. You're kind of being a piece of shit about it. If you have that sort of information, like verifiable information, you should probably go tell somebody about that and not worry so much about being in a band that obviously doesn't want you. So, but this episode's gonna piss KISS fans off. I'm sorry.
I don't know. We're defending like KISS the band on this. I'd say. I mean, I think Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley are probably right to be making that move. I mean, because I've read all about KISS like back in the 70s and 80s, and like it's true. Like both Peter Criss and Ace Frehley were both just off the rails. And I mean, I can understand just like never wanting to work with him. I guess he, sometimes he wouldn't like show up on the studio. Like that Creatures of the Night album on the very end there, like Ace Frehley is like prominently on the front, but he's not actually on that album. Vinnie Vincent is. He's the one that played guitar on that one. But they contractually had to have him on the cover, but he didn't play a single note on that album.
Wonder if that's what the AC/DC will do.
Oh, probably not. AC/DC is just a down home.
No, I'm saying with Brian Johnson. They're like, you got one more album to be on, so they put him on the cover. But it's Axl singing.
That would be pretty funny.
Was it him or was it Bon Scott that got the job? Because wasn't Brian Johnson their driver?
It was something like
that. He was their driver.
Here, let me look it up.
Let you lick it up.
Yeah. Did it?
Sounded like a big ass love gun.
Please keep making puns.
I know, so punny.
Well, all right. Well, let's see what it says here.
That's why he wears the hat, because he was a driver. Ooh, no. Dead Space. Yeah. So this message brought to you by well, no, I was going to say this message brought to you obviously tonight by Kiss, but then I'm going to get a letter about that.
I wouldn't be surprised if like we get a cease and desist because all their logos are right here.
Oh,
well, it doesn't say anything about that, but I guess, he was a huge AC/DC fan, and they knew him from his old band Geordie from back in England. I guess he's not Scottish, so that joke just fell flat.
I thought Bon Scott was Scottish.
Yeah. I think I must have got him mixed up. But apparently he just insisted that they do Whole Lotta Rosie, and I guess that like made the other guys like kind of like go, what? That's a really weird song for us to audition you for.
Nah, I don't know. I like that song.
That's a good song.
Yeah. About a big old sexy woman.
Well, I guess let's wrap it up tonight by talking a bit about like some of the music we've been listening to, like we usually do. What I've been throwing in lately is the Black Label Society album, The Blessed Hellride.
Perfect. That's the best album they've ever put out.
Yeah.
It's their most complete album all the way through. Some of their earlier stuff, maybe, when they were more Southern rock, you could listen to all the way through.
I really like the first one, like especially their cover of No More Tears.
The newer stuff, everything after Blessed Hellride, there's some good songs in there, but nothing that I could just pop in and listen to all the way through, beginning to end every single time. Like if I'm going to pop that one in, I have to have the time to listen to the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because that tells such a complete story. And well, I mean, it's funny too, because that has the song on it that really brought Black Label into that's the song that hit for him, which was Stillborn.
The one that features Ozzy Osbourne on it.
On backing vocals.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm such a stickler for this. I call in, first of all, I mean, kill your radio. But occasionally when I hear that song on the radio, I almost always hear the DJ, no matter what city I'm in, go, "This is our Black Label Society featuring Ozzy Osbourne on lead vocals. This is Stillborn." And I immediately call him and I go, "You fucking hack. That is not Ozzy all the way through. Ozzy does backing vocals and he does the chorus. Like, why is that such a big deal? Because you like,
because it's Black Label Society.
You have no fucking ear. Your ears cannot hear the difference between Ozzy and Zakk Wylde. I know they have a very similar style, obviously, like that's where he, but it's side by side. You can very much tell them apart. Listen to the chorus of the song and you can hear both their individual voices.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's your job. You're on the radio. It's your job to like know these sort of things. And if I have to call you and correct you, then like you shouldn't get paid tonight. Like, I know it's the overnight shift. I know you're in like 150,000 person town and you really don't give a crap. But damn, dude, like, come on, like, just get your shit right. Like, that's like, how mad would people be if they played, I don't know, Tom Petty, Running Down a Dream, and they were like, this is Jonathan Davis and the Heartbreakers with Running Down a Dream. Like, what? You'd be pissed off. First of all, that sounds terrible. That sounds like a terrible idea. No, I know there's mishmash artists and shit on YouTube. Do not put Korn over the top of Tom Petty.
I say you should. I want to hear it.
Oh, you do it, and we're gonna do an entire show on you that nobody's gonna watch. Which that won't be any different than any other week, but this one we're just gonna roast you for like an hour. So you do it, and you just see what happens when I shake my finger sternly through the screen to absolutely zero effect.
It'll be like that movie Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where they get on the airplane and just open the door.
Said Hollywood animals, you stupid asshole. Like, damn, dude, say it, don't spray it.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing about Zach is like he's got like the really deep voice, but like when he goes into his highs, like he sounds a lot like Ozzy.
Oh yeah, a lot, but still distinguishable.
I mean, yeah, I can still tell it's not him, but it's there are moments where I'm just like, is that Ozzy? Or...
I like his coffee commercials.
I didn't know he had coffee commercials.
Dude, it's Berserker Coffee. And he fucking wears like a Viking hat with like the pigtails, like the blonde fake pigtails. And he's like, "Gonna have my coffee." Ah!
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Dude, it's fucking badass. Like, that dude loves him some coffee. He will talk to you about his coffee all fucking day.
That must have been what he replaced alcohol with, because, you know, he had all those blood clot problems. So I guess he's just like, all right, coffee addict now.
Yeah, dude, it's like Berserker Coffee or some shit. Like,
I wonder if it's any good.
I don't know, but it fucking apparently jacks you up as good as like drugs and alcohol do. So I'm down. Like, that's cool. I can just have some coffee.
Well, right on. Well, so if anybody out there ends up watching this, there's nobody in the stream right now, but if you're watching this after the fact,
send food, send supplies. It's running low.
Well,
it's 5 below.
I was gonna say, if you have any suggestions for topics or anything like that, hit us up on Twitter @TheEntityProd. Or just leave a comment down below. Like, we'll see either one. And we'll consider it. I mean, there aren't a lot of like contenders like to like take your spot. So if any ideas.
Yeah. Or send us a fucking pizza. That'd be great too.
If you send us a pizza, we promise to eat it.
Yeah. And I'll eat it.
Ah, no.
Right on camera.
We are ending the show now. Okay, so that's all I had to talk about. Do you have anything else?
Yes. Wait.
Okay.
2 seconds. See, that's distracting me from doing what I'm trying to fucking do. Shit. Oh, so shout out to Roaring Rat Films. Go look that up. Check it out. If you're into like horror movies, go check that out. Met them cats this weekend. They were super fucking cool. And yeah, if you're a fan of one of the titles is Zombie Chiggers. So that gives you an idea. Go check it out. Just wanted to say thank you. Thanks for the steak, Gary. And the gravy. Yeah, I figured he's probably not gonna see this, but you know, them cats were super cool. If you guys, I guess that doesn't give away where we are. I was in Topeka, Kansas this weekend. Pretty small, but really like everybody was super, super nice. So thanks, Topeka.
Well, right on. Well, I think that's all we
That's
got,
all I got.
for the night. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe. You know, it really helps us out.
Subscribe. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like-
I mean, I don't want to like beg for it, but I'm gonna beg for it.
And I promise, like, I'll make less of those creepy mouth noises into the mic, or I'll just do entirely that from now on if that's what you guys are into. I mean, we don't care. We don't judge people here. It's like a fetish thing. Like they just want to hear your lips smack on a candy bar. we're down. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the.
I mean, there's an episode where we literally eat candy for the whole episode.
Yeah. So I mean,
so
what
you can look that up. We did it a few months ago.
Yeah, if you guys want to hear some more of that, watch Slacker Steve react.
I'll put a card up in one of these corners at a later time, so you can check out our food episode.
Mashed potatoes and gravy. You can watch him react to me eating mashed potatoes and gravy into the microphone.
I'll resign. All right, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button. It's
because that still counts.
Yeah.
That still counts.
Yep. So let's wrap it up for the night.
Oh no. So I'm Adam.
And I'm Slacker Steve.
And get some sleep.
Yeah. We'll be back next week, probably. Maybe.
Yeah.